So, spoiler alert, guys, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, this movie absolutely sucked. So, House on Eden follows Jay, Chris, and Celina. They are ghost hunters who will find themselves trapped at this house in the middle of the forest where all of the most generic found footage stuff you can ever imagine is going to happen. I don't know why, for some reason I was kind of in the mood to watch a found footage movie. We don't get too many of them anymore, so I was like, oh, we finally got one of these, circa 2008. And about 5 minutes went by before that curiosity died, and I remembered why I hate these films and why we don't get them anymore. And I am so over that era. This movie was that bad. This movie was so bad on my drive home, I didn't think about what I was going to say in this review. I just thought of the opportunity cost in life for having seen it. Cost of gas, the wear and tear on my car, the hours I will never get back out in the sun. Put into context, I did a flight to Hawaii. I raw dogged the flight. It was like 8 hours. My headphones died. This movie is 1 hour and 17 minutes long. It was more mentally taxing to sit through this movie and not walk out of it than to do that flight. In the past couple of years, we have gotten more movies and content from content creators. We had Bring Her Back, we had Talk to Me. This movie apparently is by a couple of famous TikTokers, which all but reaffirms why I'm on YouTube and not TikTok. One of the reasons I was kind of intrigued to watch this one in particular is because it was 1 hour and 17 minutes. There was a movie that came out not too long ago called Host. I believe it's still on the list for one of the scariest movies ever. I don't even think that movie's 1 hour long. It's like 56 minutes. Found footage movies have really played themselves out where the setup is completely pointless. You just want the scares. You want the stuff that you will remember the movie for. This movie is less than 80 minutes long, but you don't even get to the house for the first 40 or 50 minutes. So again, doing that thing that found footage movies have not learned from, where they're just eating up the majority of the runtime so a movie can get to theaters with pointless garbage. The bar is set very low for found footage. I don't need this to be Oppenheimer. I don't need these characters to be well acted. I don't need any layer of depth. I just want scares. That being said, this movie is criminally bad. Within the first 5 minutes, the main two characters of this movie, the two girls, are debating whether or not they need to take a shit. Their words, not mine. That's exactly what's going on. So the first impression you have of this unlikable group of losers is whether or not they need to take a shit. Red flags of this movie were glaringly apparent, but I felt the need to stick it out, hoping that when we do get to the payoff part of this found footage movie, it would have payoff, and it doesn't. It's also doing that thing that found footage movies have become infamous for that drives audiences crazy, where they use an abundance of shaky cam. You know, sometimes it works thematically for what it would be like to hold a camera, but it doesn't really translate to the audience. It just pisses us off. So instead of using Steadicam, this movie is the most obnoxious version of shaky cam you will ever see. Michael J. Fox with Parkinson's holding the camera style. The guy who's holding the camera is like a creep or something, and he keeps giving voyeuristic shots of the attractive girl's backside. Easily the worst technically filmed movie I've seen this year. It was nauseating from the first 30 seconds to the conclusion. It never gets better. And to reiterate again, I don't ask for the world when it comes to these films. I just want something effective in the form of scares, because we don't care about these characters. We don't care about this plot. But that being said, this movie is incredibly lazy when it comes to writing. It's like laughably bad. To the point they have constant exposition about what's going on, and this is one of the scenes how it actually goes. The main girl of this movie, Chris, is trying to convince her friends that this location they're going to go to, this house on Eden, has never been discovered before, so this is how they're going to confirm that. This movie straight up copies Pawn Stars, where they have an expert for everything, and she says, if anybody would know about this house existing, it's Sam and Kobe. They know everything. We're going to give them a FaceTime and see if they know. So they call these two up and they ask them about the house, and they're like, no, I've never heard about it. And apparently that is the explanation we need as an audience to confirm. If anybody on earth would know about this location and they don't know about it, it's undiscovered. There came a point in this film where I actually started thinking to myself, what is the cost of this movie? I'm not even joking. That's how uninteresting the film is. My brain was just wandering about things like outside of the movie. I started wondering to myself how much this movie actually cost and the time it took to make. I'm not joking. Just with my YouTube experience, I think you could make this entire movie for less than $1,000. You could have legitimately filmed this entire movie in 2 afternoons in the wood. There's nothing going on, playing these pointless games, hide and seek, these jokes that aren't funny. Up to the point you get to this house and it's just a straight up copy of Blair Witch. There's not even that much suspense or jump scares or anything. It's like the most watered down, lesser garbage version of that movie, and I don't even think that movie's good. And if somehow you stumbled upon this review and you are a fan of these creators, more power to you. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs and whatever they like. That being said, my condolences to your brain cells. You're probably cooked. No idea how this movie came to theaters. Technically terrible. Acting is terrible. A bunch of unlikable bozos. Very derivative story. This movie is the magnum opus of dog shit. So don't waste your time watching this movie, but if you somehow already did waste your time and money, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you hate yourself like I do? As always, join me down below. Comment, like, subscribe. Helps the channel. See you in the next review. Peace.